Good morning. This is Bill Loveridge with Community Church of Loyalton's Daily Devotion. Today's devotion is The Innkeeper by Jeff Taylor in the blog The Sandpiper's Thoughts. I never had much thought about the innkeeper. He's depicted in Christmas stories and pageants generally in one of two ways. Either he closes the door in the faces of the couple, or he shows them around back to the stables with the animals. What is the truth about the innkeeper? None of the biblical accounts of the birth of Jesus even mentions the innkeeper. In fact, the only reference to a manger or an inn is in the book of Luke. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Luke 2:7. On the basis of that single sentence, we convict the innkeeper of shutting Jesus out. Perhaps we've been too hard on him. I think the innkeeper is an improbable hero. He had no reason to know that the strangers at his door were about to bring the Messiah into the world. Had he known, perhaps he would have made room for them, but that would have meant that some other weary travelers would need to be displaced. Yet rather than make excuses, the innkeeper was resourceful and gave what he could give. Not a room or even a corner in his already crowded inn, but the stable that demonstrates that the King of the world is at home with the humblest of the humble. The arrival of the long-expected Messiah stood out in contrast to people's expectations. He did not come in a manner befitting of a king. No pomp and circumstance, no great earthquake, no thunder and lightning, no burning bush, but humbly and anonymously in a barn to a young unmarried woman. The Jesus born in those surroundings would grow up to teach us to believe the unbelievable, to be prepared for the unexpected, and that the poor and meek will occupy a prominent place in the kingdom of heaven. Less prominent even than the lowly shepherds and animals, the innkeeper is neither mentioned by the writers of the gospel nor placed in the creatures that adorn our mantels and tables during Christmas time. Rather, he was and is behind the scenes, humbly and anonymously playing a major part in God's great plan. He serves as a reminder to us that God uses what we have. Perhaps we should be more like the innkeeper. Oh, dear God, give me the compassion of the innkeeper, even when circumstances indicate that I have used up everything I have to give. Give me the courage to stand out in contrast to the status quo, and the awareness and resourcefulness to make room for Christ. Amen. Stand out today. Have the courage to stand out in contrast to the hustle and bustle of the day that this time of year so often has little to do with the one that we really came to celebrate. Have a grand day. I'll be back tomorrow with another devotion. Be blessed.